Welcome back, everyone. We are looking at Windows Server 2019 today, but we'll actually be looking at linked clones before that. So over in VirtualBox, we're going to be linking our machines over to clone images. And what does that mean exactly? Well, there are a couple of options. So inside of VirtualBox, I'm just choosing this one as an example. We could choose the Windows 7 Pro. It's powered off, so that'd be fine. On this machine, I can go over, and I'll just choose this one. On this machine, we can go over and choose clone. So you choose clone, and it comes up right there. And I'll just call this server 00. Next, linked clone, not a full clone. If I choose a full clone, it actually copies all of the files into a new directory, which is a very safe way of doing it because you get the entire server there, so that's kind of nice. A linked clone only references back to the original base image. So in this case, we're creating linked bases for our images. So I'm going to choose linked clone. You'll see what I'm talking about in just a second. Say clone, and you see that server 00 pops up. We can do it again. Just go up there, clone, and we'll call this server 01. Next, linked clone, clone. And why not? We'll do it again. We'll do 3. So clone right there, server 02, or where are we at? 000102, yeah. So 02, linked clone, clone, and then you see we got server 00, 01, and 02. Now, usually server 00 would be my base, and then 1 and 2 would be the clones, but I don't have a 0 on there, so there you go. So on this server 00 now, I can power this thing on, and if I power it on, it will go back to this linked base from whatever point that I stopped, whatever point I powered off this linked base is where this one will start up. And the advantage of this is that I'm not wasting a lot of space. So over here in my VirtualBox menu, let me increase the size a little bit here so maybe you can see a little bit better. Inside this directory, if I do a du-hs, and I'll just go ahead and put, server star like that. You see that each one of those is only 40K. Now, the machine that I cloned is actually the 1804. So let's do a du-hs, and we'll do the Ubuntu 1804 like that. That's 2.3 gig. So I had just saved myself 3 times 2.3 gig, or we're looking at 6.9 gigabytes of storage that I saved myself on top of that 2.3. So it's a great cost savings, a great return on investment as far as disk space goes. And there's no performance problem with this either. So you're not getting any kind of performance reduction because everything you do on that new server, let me just pop over to one of these server, caps lock there. Pop over one of these servers here, so I'm going to server 00. The file in here, when I go through and start working inside this machine, or if I did, I'll actually be doing this with Windows 2019. So we'll create server 00 will be the base clone for 2019. And then we'll have server 1, which will be our domain controller, and server 2, after we configure that base clone for 2019. We don't want to have to reinstall virtual tools, all the guest editions again, or make Control-Alt-Delete changes to each one of the clones. We can do that the first time and then clone those things out. And that way, all the changes we make from that point will be saved in this directory. So we don't have, and these directories will grow. So as we looked at those directories right there, those will get bigger as we make changes to them, but they'll only get bigger as respective to the changes we make. So if we download a 1 gigabyte file to this server, then this would be 1 gigabyte. So it just increases size. If over here we made 200 megabytes of changes, then this would only be 200 megabytes, that entire folder. So that's just a great thing about this. And that 2.3 gig where we started with, and of course we're doing this with Windows 2019, but that 2.3 gig, or in the Windows case, probably about 3 or 4 gig, that original size will not have to be duplicated on our system. So it saves us a lot of resources. But anyway, that's what we're doing. We'll be doing that with Windows 2019. We'll get 2019 up and running. We'll install the guest editions, which the guest editions give us those better graphics, give us the USB 3.0, some other features like that. And then we'll go in and disable Control-Alt-Delete on the system so that Control-Alt-Delete is not required to log in, so we don't have to go into the virtual machine and make any changes there. And that looks like when you power on a machine. So if we went and powered on this machine and we actually start, then up here you have to go keyboard and Control Alt Delete, or you have to press the host key, which is the right control button, and then delete to log in. It's just an annoyance. So there's no biggie, so it's not a big problem, but it's an annoyance. So I don't want to worry about that. I'm going to go ahead and power off that machine there. Hope that this helps. The linked clones, or those base images, where we actually take off linking the base, that will hopefully really help you out with creating some machines in the future. Look forward to talking to you again on the Windows 2019 installation.